to my channel, Pretty Inspired Decor. My name is Shelley, and today my goal is to make you smile. Over the last couple of years, I've had a number of comments, people saying, where do you store it all? Well, today I'm going to show you where I store a lot of it. I'm not going to take you out to the garage where my husband stores things like Christmas garland and all the outdoor stuff, because you don't need to see that. But rest assured, we have a double car garage that only fits one car because the other side is loaded with all kinds of things. But I'm going to start with something you've never seen, which is the armoire in our living room with the doors open. This is where our television is housed. But when I bought this armoire years and years and years ago, I knew I wanted it for storage. So these drawers here are massive drawers. They're very, very deep. When you open them up, you'll notice this one has a lot of my fall dishware inside of it. And I will open up the bottom. This one has some more fall pumpkins, and this also has some of my platters and things. So both of these drawers are totally loaded. Over here, you'll notice there's a number of drawers. I'm not going to open them. This one is full of candles, and there's other things that I can just pull quickly. Over here, you'll notice I have two chests, mirrored chests, and those are the mirrored chests that there isn't that much in them now, but I'm just going to open them. I do, there isn't a ton in here right now. You'll notice I've just stuck some of my decor items from Valentine's Day in there. During the fall, I empty all of my china cabinet in my kitchen, and everything in there goes in these two cupboards. I stack it all up. I have method to my madness, and one other cupboard in my kitchen that I tend to keep empty-ish, and then when I have to empty out cupboards to decorate for a particular season, I can just literally store things inside. So that's what these two are all about. And again, you'll notice I do have some things in there that I haven't put away quite properly yet. Let's go into my kitchen. When my husband and I redesigned our kitchen, and it used to not have anywhere near as many cupboards as it does now, we really designed them not only for the prettiness, because that was important to me, but also for storage purposes. So if you take a look above my stove, I'm not going to open it because you don't need to see that part, but in that cupboard, it's literally loaded with Christmas platters and cookie jars and all kinds of things in there, as well as up in these cupboards. Those are also loaded with fall dishes again up in there, and some Easter dishes up in there. So those are totally loaded. If we move over here, this is loaded with chargers, Christmas chargers, spring chargers, summer chargers, whatever, and some more Christmas dishes in here. And there's a corner cabinet right over here that I have a lot of placemats and of course other things too, like the toaster and whatever, but the whole bottom is loaded with things. This is my cupboard here that right now is loaded with all kinds of things, but this is the one when I am transferring from one season to the other, and I know that I'm going to need certain things. This is the cupboard I pop stuff into. This is the cupboard that when I empty these things out, like for example, for Christmas, I take everything out of here and pop that all into here. This particular cupboard here, everything comes out of here, and that goes into my two glass cabinets that I showed you just a few moments ago. Now, let's head upstairs. I love linens, and I need mega storage for linens. And when we bought this house, part of the attraction of this house was that it had two large bedrooms for each of our daughters. Each of them had have a walk-in closet. And of course, I have totally taken over both of those walk-in closets. So I tend to store things like seasonal pillows in the walk-in closet, my own seasonal clothing in the walk-in closet. So it also has some decor items as well, but the linens are primarily in this closet and in another closet that I'll show you later. So I organize things so that I can easily find them. This up here, these are all napkins. This row here, they're all table runners. This particular area here is all placemats. And they're for all seasons, really. Although I do have another separate linen closet that is actually pure seasonal, but I do have seasonal things in here. And on the bottom, and I know it's absurd, these are all of my tablecloths. Organized, these are my long tablecloths for my oval table. These are my oval and rounds, and I also have table squares. So everything is organized, and you'll notice what I've done. I actually take my tablecloths and I roll them almost like you do when you are traveling with luggage and you roll your clothes. I find when I roll them, they're easy for me to see and find. And so I can just come up here and I can say, oh, I'm looking for something that's sort of purplish or fallish. Oh, this is here, and I have other fall things here. So that's how I organize that. This is our eldest daughter's former bedroom, and now we call it the baby's room. This is where our little grandbabies sleep when they come over for a visit with Nana and Papa. And in this room I have two large mirrored chests. This particular mirrored chest is loaded again with fall stuff. You know, you can maybe get a bit of a peek in there of, you know, fall stuff that you've probably seen me decorate with for fall. The other one on the other side is a little smaller than this mirrored chest, but again, it too is loaded with things that, you know, I primarily use for fall. And you'll also notice that there are, again, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see with the lighting in this room, but there's some more fall stuff in there. And then inside of these drawers, this is where I keep like table scatter and table beads of all different kind. And this is where all of my table scatter is, actually upstairs here in this bedroom, in the drawers that go with these mirrored chests. Let me take you to another bedroom now. In our youngest daughter's former bedroom, there's this huge armoire. And when I tell you it's loaded, take a look. This is all seasonal stuff, things that can easily break. So you'll notice here's my houses for underneath my Christmas tree. There's all kinds of stuff. I have large pumpkins in here, just absolutely loaded, as are the drawers. I'll close this up and I'll show you something else. This is a huge storage cabinet as well, and this is where I keep a lot of my spring and summer dishes in here. Things that I use to decorate my window, for instance, in my kitchen. A lot of the prettier or the spring and summer sorts of things are kept in this cabinet. So you can see that when I buy furniture, I also think I can use it for storage. Let's go take it and look at another room. Now, this old cabinet, years and years and years ago, it used to hold a television and obviously some other components for a stereo. I decided when we moved into this house I wasn't going to get rid of the cabinet because I wanted the storage. So all of my summer dishes for outdoors are in here. And then in the summer, I haul all of this down to the cabinet that I showed you that I use that's primarily empty. That's where all of this goes in the summer. So that's that. And then of course, all of these cupboards in the bottom are also used for decor. And of course, Libby knows we're doing something, and that's why you're hearing her cry. This particular cabinet here, I remember when I bought it at a store called Bowering. My husband said, where are we going to put that? I said, I need more storage. So this cabinet is literally loaded with Christmas. Because if you've got nice things, you have to have somewhere to put them so that they don't get broken. Now, when we finished our basement, which is also where our family room is, I said to my husband, this was before we redid our kitchen, and even now I still need this. I needed more pantry space. So this is all pantry with food stuff in it. And then you go over here, and there's food stuff in here as well. But down in here is where you will begin to see more of the Easter and some Christmas things as well. And then, are you ready? In here, Christmas dishes. Easter dishes. I told you I was going to make you laugh. Every time I put everything away, my husband looks at me and goes, "Oh my Lord, how are you going to make sure nothing falls?" So far, so good. And this one is equally as loaded. So, you know, it's kind of messy right now because I've just sort of popped some of my Valentine stuff up in here. Once I'm done de-decorating for my spring and Easter, this will all be organized better once again. All right, you want to see more? Family room is really storage center. This particular buffet used to be up in our kitchen before we redid the kitchen. And initially I thought, oh, I'll get rid of it. And then I can't get rid of it because this stores all of my extra wine glasses for when I'm entertaining. And you'll notice I do keep some Christmas items in there all the time because they're Fitz and Floyd Christmas decor, and I really want them to stay safe. And you're probably thinking, how do you keep them staying safe with little grandkids? So far, we're very, very lucky. They just kind of know that they leave Nana and Papa's decorations alone. The little one, little Ayla, of course, she likes to hold things, but so far she hasn't dropped anything. And let's face it, at the end of the day, she is more precious, and Tennyson is more precious than anything that we own. Inside of these two boxes, I think I've already talked about this, these are blanket boxes that I made into a coffee table. Just push them together. These are literally loaded with pumpkins for my fall decor. There has to be more than 50 pumpkins in these two things. That's how large they are. These are built-in wall units that my husband made. And when we finished the basement, again, it was all about storage. So they're deep. These things are probably 2.5 feet deep, at least these large ones. And again, notice, loaded, that's all Christmas stuff that I have in there. This is a china cabinet that we used to have in our dining room before we redid our dining room. And again, I was going to get rid of it. And I said to my husband, where am I going to store all of my Christmas things? These, believe it or not, now there's certainly more now than there was then, but all of this used to go into Rubbermaid tubbies. And I said to my husband, I would really rather not put stuff like this in Rubbermaid tubbies. So this is all stored. This is the other linen closet that I told you about. Now I also have another huge double linen closet in the bathroom down in this area. But that really is used for storing things like towels and small appliances and stuff like that. So I really don't keep any decor items in there. But this is where I will keep some pillows again. This is pure Christmas on these two shelves, and this is all spring with a little bit of fall thrown in. So that's my second linen closet. This is the room that my husband fondly refers to as the flex room. It wasn't that long ago that we used to actually have a bed down in here, and I said to my husband, you know, let's put all the exercise equipment. We always had the treadmill in here. He has an exercise bike that he actually uses. And I said, I really want to use this area to store all of my clear tubbies. And this is where I keep all of my florals. Garlands are in here as well. And again, they're all organized by color, and they're also organized by room. So there's a whack of them here. There's some more on this side. And then, and please excuse my steamer, this is where I keep all of my crafting supplies over here. So now that you've seen what I'll call the prettier area, would you like a good laugh? Because now I'm going to show you where we store probably 150 tubbies? something like that. I know we have more than 70 Christmas tubbies. I'm not going to be able to take you underneath the stairs to our Harry Potter room. No, Harry's not in there, but believe me, it's loaded with tubbies for Christmas. So come on, let's take a look at one of the two rooms. Hear a furnace on now because, you know, it's still cold in Canada when I'm filming this. Well, it's not really cold, but it certainly isn't anywhere near the point where we don't need our furnace on. This is room 1 of the storage for tubbies. These are your typical Rubbermaid tubbies. When my husband pans, you're going to notice that some of them have years on, and because we have so much Christmas, and so that we know what has been unpacked and what hasn't been unpacked, you'll notice that some of the tubbies have dates on, like 2020. It tells us when we last used it, and it also tells us when we're decorating for a season what has been used. Some of them you'll notice have 2019 on them, and you know, you'll notice that we didn't use them at all this past year. But we've got them all labeled with Easter or fall. We also have them labeled by room, because you know I decorate with a theme for every room for Christmas. So these are the tubbies. And there's some more. And then over on this wall, this is where we keep our Christmas trees and some other storage items. And then over on these shelves, the top is also loaded with some Christmas stuff. My husband knows what's in every one of those boxes. He's the guy who puts all this stuff away at the end of the day. This room is where we store some of the wreaths that we use that are seasonal. And, you know, we store our Christmas snow. And again, there's a whack more tubbies in here. Again, totally organized. Now, believe it or not, I know where, or if I don't know, my husband knows where every single little thing is. When our girls say to us, Mom, do you have? Dad, do you have? We know where something is and we can pull it out quickly. I didn't take you into the walk-in closets or the closet that's inside the flex room that is also loaded with stuff. But, you know, quite frankly, if you're going to have a collection like we do for the different seasons, you got to have places to store it all. I hope that I have made you at least laugh, and I know many of you are thinking, oh, good grief, woman, what are you doing with all of that stuff? When I bring more things home, my husband says, where are we going to put that? And I look at him and smile and I say, I know you'll figure it out, because at the end of the day, I am the queen of decorating and he is the king of storage. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, tell me that you're laughing, tell me that you think I'm absolutely insane. But I hope this gave you a bit of a giggle during this COVID-19 pandemic times. I hope that you are well. I hope that everyone in your family is well. I know these are not easy times, but nonetheless, we are all coping and we will get through all of this. If you haven't already done so, I would love it if you have subscribed, and thank you if you already have. Leave me a comment, and until next time, and I don't have a clue what next time is going to look like, bye-bye.